Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for your continued love and support on the channel. For those of you that are wanting to book a private reading, you can find my email down below in the description box where you can send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings with me. So first off, I just want to apologize. I do have allergies right now. So there's like a lot of sneezing going on. So I'm just, my voice, it's affecting my voice. And also I feel like I'm mouth breathing a lot of the time. We are going to do three different piles for our reading today. Our pick a card topic is, what is your current relationship with your higher self? Now, this was actually an idea that I just found on Instagram. Actually, I was checking my Instagram, and it is from someone named Healer Josephine on Instagram. And she created like this little post, and it said, what is your current relationship with your higher self? How can you deepen the relationship? What is your higher self trying to help you with right now? And also, what is getting in the way of you hearing your higher self? So I thought that was like a really good idea to ask that question. Like, what is your current relationship with your higher self? So we're going to be getting some information. We do have a bunch of different oracle decks that we're going to be using today for this reading. So I'm super excited to do this one for you guys. So again, we have the three piles or the three crystals right now. We are going to be choosing one of these cards, and this is from the Spirit Animal deck. It is a huge stack of cards. This is actually two decks that I put together, and it's like version 1 and version 2. And these are from Rachel Farba. I did purchase this in Sedona, Arizona, but she does have a website that you can purchase both versions and put them together if you guys want to. There's beautiful her paintings of animals throughout the entire deck. So yes, I have both versions, the first one that she did and the second one, and they all have the same backing. So it's nice that you can just put them all together in one big stack. So we're going to be choosing one of these for each of these piles. Pile 1, we have Angel Aura Quartz. And then for pile 2, we have a Druzy Agate Star. And then pile number 3, we have a Selenite Palm Stone. So let's go ahead and pick your animal or spirit animal card. So our question today, what is your current relationship with your higher self? What is your current relationship with your higher self? Let's pull a card for pile number 1. So pile 1, you have the frog. That is going to be yours. Pile 2 with the star. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Pile 2, we have the scorpion. And then pile 3, with the selenite palm stone. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Okay, and then we have the lemur for pile number 3. Okay, so we are going to be shuffling all of the oracle decks on camera. However, if you don't really care to watch putting the piles together, you can go ahead and click the timestamp that'll take you directly to your reading. I will also have a timestamp for those of you that want to look at what your pile looks like with your crystal, and you can choose from there as well. Or if you're good just with this, choosing from here, you can use the timestamp down below. But we are going to be putting the piles together for those of you that do like to watch that process. So pile 1, you are going to be the frog card, and that is with this angel aura for pile 1. And then pile number 2, you are going to be the scorpion, and that is with this little druzy agate star. And then pile number 3, you are going to be the lemur card, and that is with this selenite palm stone crystal for pile number 3. So pause the video if you need a little bit more time. Like I said, those of you that want to watch me put the shuffle the piles together, you're more than welcome to do that. I will have a timestamp for the pile already prepared with the crystal, and you can choose that way as well. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Okay, so let's get our piles all put together. We do have about 8 oracle decks, I think. 8 oracle decks that we are going to shuffle. So let's get this first one here. So what is your current relationship with your higher self? What is your current relationship with your higher self? So that is pile 1. I'm just going to pull one of these for each pile. What is your current relationship with your higher self? That is for pile 3. Now let's do these ones here. And I will have all of the decks listed down below for you guys. What is your current relationship with your higher self? And let's do one more for pile 3. Now let's go into this one here. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Okay, so pile 1. Pile 2, and pile 3. And let's go one of these here. Current relationship with your higher self. And then pile number 3. Relationship with your higher self. And let's do these here. What is your current relationship? We're going to do that one for one. That one here, and let's get this top one for pile 3. Okay. I'm going to pull one of these. Whoa. What is pile number 1's current relationship with their higher self? Is 1, 2, I'm just noticing as I'm doing this, pulling these cards right now, my ears have some really, really high-pitched ringing in them. Okay, so this is going to be the last oracle deck. What is your current relationship with your higher self? That one. That is 2. And then we have 3. Okay, so that is all of our oracle decks. We are going to be shuffling the tarot in each pile. So let's get these all together. I feel like we'll put the frog on top. And that is going to be for pile 1. And we've got the scorpion for pile 2. And then pile 3 is the lemur. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. Okay, so we have all of our piles put together. Pile number 1, this is yours here with the frog and the angel aura quartz. Pile 2, we have the scorpion for you with the Jersey agate star. And then pile number 3, we have the lemur with the selenite palm stone. So pause the video if you need a little bit more time. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Let's find out. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So today's pick a card. What is your current relationship with your higher self? So excited to do this reading today. So we've already chosen all of the oracle cards for the reading today. We are going to be adding on some tarot at the end, but we're going to start with these here. So you do have the frog, and this is from the Spirit Animal deck, and we are going to actually read about the message of the frog. But let's get all of your oracle cards put out here. And we have these large ones I think we're going to put on the top. So let's do that. Okay, so we have card number 22 with your heart is a healer. We have, what is this? Card 35, Socrates, and it says divine connections. Wow. Okay. We have 27 with the full moon temple, and it says celebration, peak, transcendent moment. Okay. And then we have card number 7 with the crown chakra. And it says the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Okay. So that already looks like some really, really powerful energy, very powerful connection that you do have with your higher self. But we'll see what else is here. Let's do this one. Okay, so we have card number 28, Kyanite. We have Mahavatar Babaji with soul expansion. And it says your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this is some pretty powerful energy. It makes me feel like you guys are like super, like the relationship that you have with your higher self is like on it, on point. Like you guys are definitely tuned in. Let's see here. Okay, so we also have the river with card number 34. Let's put this guy over here. And then we have card number 48, and I did have to cover your card a little bit because she's not wearing any clothes. So card number 48, a burst of magic. Okay, a burst of magic. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start off with your little animal card here. And you guys do have the frog. I'm going to make sure everything is fitting in here. Okay, so let's look at the message with your frog. And that is your spirit animal. Okay, so the frog says, let go of ego, attachments to purify your heart and mind. You are protected as you transform. Frog is a reminder to pay attention to your physical, mental, and emotional needs. It is important to balance these different aspects within yourself to stay healthy and in alignment. Detox your physical body and pay attention to the foods and drinks that you consume. Rest and give yourself mental breaks to eliminate stress. Let go of ego attachments of the mind as you move into your heart space by exploring your deeper subconscious emotions and programming. Frog energy is all about renewal and regeneration. This is a time of transition and upgrades. Now is the time to become the healthiest and happiest version of yourself. You are safe and protected as you go through these deep emotional and physical releases. Let go, relax, and enjoy the transformation process. So I love that you guys have the frog here, because right next to that you have the river. And this archetype card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes talks about being able to really go very deeply into a healing, transformative type of process. And so I'm feeling, because you also have your heart as a healer here, that your connection, relationship with your higher self is one that you're not just going like surface level healing, because as we heal, we are elevating our vibration, raising the vibration that we have to being more in alignment and connected to our higher self. And so your higher self and you, the higher self, your higher self is the highest version of you, highest version of you, the eternal part of you that has been able to accumulate knowledge and wisdom over many lifetimes. And so that aspect, that higher self is helping you in a way to dig very deeply, I feel like, with this river energy into your transformative process here. I'm noticing also that with your burst of magic card, there is this beautiful lotus that is here. And there is this woman that's kind of emerging out of the center of the lotus. And there is all of this beautiful light energy that is kind of going right to her heart chakra. Her crown chakra. Okay. Right to her crown chakra. And you do have the crown chakra here. And our crown chakra is very important in our ability to be able to connect to our higher self, okay? The third eye and the crown. The crown is our connection to the divine, to source, to be able to receive those downloads of information. So if we have blocked crown chakra or even third eye chakra, it makes it more difficult for us to be able to hear our higher self, okay? Or, any of our spirit team for that matter. So I'm feeling, because you do have the frog, it's not to say that everything is absolutely perfect, because we still have these healing messages that are still coming through with you being in a very deep transformative process. But I like that you have your crown chakra here, because this is really where I'm seeing that your connection that you have to your higher self right now is that that crown chakra is open. Okay. You are receiving those messages, downloads, activations, things that you are needing. And then we have Socrates here with divine connections. And I'm looking at how Socrates is like standing here, you know, like very ancient civilization back here. So I am feeling that you are definitely someone who has lived many past lives. And so the connection that you have with your higher self is one that is very supportive of your healing and really kind of stepping in to help you through this very deep transformative type of process. And there's what we've got: soul expansion here. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So it's kind of like your connection with your higher self has helped you to recognize that you are, I would say, more tapped into universal consciousness. Okay, rather than seeing yourself as separate from others, you are tapped in and understand the collective energy as a whole. It's like you are super tapped in, super tapped in. So there's something beautiful that is happening here. Even with this lotus, there is all of these stars that are around. And so there's something very beautiful and very magical that is happening, that your higher self in a way is kind of gifting to you, is all of this knowledge and this wisdom with healing. And I'm noticing that even in this, your heart is a healer card. It kind of looks to me, and I'm just going to mess everything up here. It kind of looks to me, what is this? This is a crown. Wow. There's a bunch of crowns that are coming out. And if you notice, as they're coming out here, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it makes me feel like your higher self, like the connection that you two have right now, is based in love, which I can see here. There's this beautiful light that's kind of emanating out of the heart chakra. But I'm feeling that a lot of this helping you to, you know, really become essentially your higher self, right? That is the goal here, is being completely tapped into that wisdom, that knowledge, that your connection to your higher self, it's a lot of it is connection into the heart chakra, which as you heal, right, you're healing here, you're letting go of, in a way, kind of dismantling the ego, okay, and going through this very deep transformative type of process here that your higher self is assisting you with, and emerging through this place of renewal. The frog is also talking about renewal, regeneration, very deep transformation. And if you know anything about lotuses grow in some very dark, muddy, murky water, and then this beautiful flower just emerges out of it. And so many of you may be clearing a lot of some very challenging feelings, emotions, and maybe even things that are going back many lifetimes. But I'm seeing this as you heal, as your higher self is helping you to heal, this is opening up the crown chakra to an even greater level. Like I said, it kind of looks like as this little crown is emerging out of the heart, this crown just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because you have soul expansion here. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things, divine connections, and it could even be that you are someone who not only is connected and tapped into your higher self, and being able to kind of clearly receive those downloads, those messages. You know, I am feeling, you know, like I said, with the frog here and the river, that there's still a lot of clearing that's happening. But I feel like for the most part, your crown chakra being something that, like I said, as you heal your heart chakra, blockages, things of that nature, it's really helping you to open up the crown, okay? Now, for those of you that don't really know so much about the chakras, They are the seven main energy centers within the body, and they start from the root, which is right at your tailbone, and they go right up through the center of your body up to the top of your head, which is your crown. The heart is the hub, meaning that it is the center. So when there are blockages within the heart chakra, that is the connection between the upper chakras, being the crown, the third eye, and the throat, the heart being in the center, and then beneath that, we've got the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. When heart chakra is blocked, it's basically like a traffic jam. Okay, basically like a traffic jam. So any messages, things, energy is having trouble, right? Coming from the crown into where we kind of need it to help us with that energy. So healing the heart chakra is something that is very important so that we can keep that flow within the chakras from top to bottom. Okay, so I'm feeling here that this connection that you do have, relationship with your higher self, is truly beautiful. And there's a lot of your higher self really kind of in a way helping you, giving the tools, or maybe even leading you to the people that you need within your life to be able to help you to release a lot of what may be in here, suppressed, maybe very deeply. Because with the river energy, it kind of makes me feel like you are delving very far into it, right? And the river is something that is kind of like ongoing and ongoing. So I'm imagining you kind of like sitting in a little raft or a little boat floating along the river, kind of like going through and kind of, in a way, clearing all of these things, right, off your path, or things that you're still maybe kind of holding on to, in a sense. And then you have the full moon temple, a celebration, a peak, and a transcendent moment. So this is telling me kind of like in a way that your higher self is so incredibly proud of you and the work that you have been able to accomplish by being able to kind of follow in a way and really focus, I feel like, on yourself, on your healing energy, so that you are able to expand here as well. Okay, I'm even seeing energy here within the throat chakra that is happening for you as well. And that could be you really learning how to use your voice, find your voice, or even find ways of expressing, maybe your feelings, your emotions. And that is something that's helping you to release this energy here as well. Okay. And then we have kyanite here, which I want to see what the kyanite message is. And that is card number 28. Okay, so kyanite says resolving disputes, diplomacy, restoring harmony, mending fences, and building bridges. It says harmony means that even though we are all different, we can blend our unique voices to create an ethereal chorus that uplifts us all. Kyanite's spirit message is that now is an excellent time for fixing those sour notes that have appeared, resolving any disputes and healing any rifts for the good of all. Although we each have our own ways, we can learn so much and gain tremendous support when we let go of our rigid, my way or the highway attitude. Recognizing that we are all imperfect, looking for our commonalities can steady us when we're feeling a bit shaky. Tune into others and work toward harmony. You will find yourself growing and becoming stronger as a result. At this time, honesty is required. Be willing to look more clearly at others, your situation, and yourself so that you can find ways to work together and find common ground if possible. We are all imperfect, but love and a commitment to fairness helps us heal ourselves and our relationships. There is value in different perspectives, and we can agree to disagree. For many voices are needed in a choir. We are all called to delight in differences, for we have to lean on each other and we're always interconnected. Keep this in mind as you take action to heal hurt feelings and reconnect with others in the tribe. Okay, so yes, I'm feeling that because you do have your frog in the river, the kyanite energy here, which is really, like I said, helping you to heal things very, very deeply. Okay, very, very deeply. What else do we have? We have the frequency of the crown chakra. The violet flower of life supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. And that is kind of like what I feel like your higher self is helping you with now, as you were working here with the frog energy to dissolve the ego. Okay, I'm just trying to get my tarot deck in order so we can kind of go into that as well. Yes, but I feel like I said, with the full moon temple, the celebration, a peak, and a transcendent moment, that is something truly beautiful. And I'm looking at how this little temple is kind of floating. And it looks like it's, well, it's in the sky because we have clouds here. But it's really beautiful. And all of this water that's kind of flowing over it, you know? So to me, it's kind of like there's a lot of release here that's happening in this energy for you. But you kind of achieving this place with your higher self assisting you in a sense to release all of these things that may be very, I feel like, deeply hidden within you, to be able to kind of move past, you know, anything that you still might be holding on to, in a sense, okay? Which is really beautiful. What else am I seeing here? Before we move on to your tarot too, you have Mahavatar, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Mahavatar Babaji, with the consciousness expanding here. So, like I said, not only are you connected into, you know, those surrounding you, but this is everything, all that is, right? Connected into all living things, okay? Plants, animals, the sky, the cosmos. Like I said, looking at Socrates here with the divine connections, it's like I'm even though this is, you know, Socrates standing here, I'm imagining this as you, like your higher self has such, I feel like, this gentle way in which being this guide here, both of these, because this is more masculine energy here, and then we also have Socrates. So I am definitely feeling that there is a lot of this influence here that is helping you to take action where you're needed. But I'm just kind of looking at him and just all of this gentleness, this very ethereal energy that is kind of radiating around him, even, you know. So having this connection, like I said, not only with your higher self, but with everything, all that is, which is truly beautiful. And some of you, your heart is a healer. It could even be that you are someone who, even because the depth of these feelings and emotions and everything that you're working towards healing here may even be something that, as your higher self is helping you to achieve these higher vibrations and, you know, access to these activations, like I said, that are coming in from many past lifetimes of knowledge and wisdom that your higher self has, is that with your own evolution, some of you are naturally gifted healers or meant to be healers. And I feel like you may even be doing this without even realizing it, because I feel like you are someone with your heart as a healer. Not only that you're healing, but you being around people could be even helping people to transmute and maybe even serving as a catalyst for them to heal themselves. Okay? Which is kind of what I'm getting from that as well. Like you being, like, let's just say in a certain place with your high vibration and energy, that you kind of in a way not really absorb other people's energy. And I feel like if you do feel like that, there's a need for you to really kind of be more protective of your energy, right? You learn how to separate your energy from another person's energy, in that you are being mindful that you are, what belongs to you and what belongs to another person, right? So we can set some boundaries with that. But not taking on another person's energy as your own, right? Because that can happen too, especially for those of you that are empaths. And once you have to really learn how to master and recognize, is this mine or is this someone else's, And you might notice that, like, if you go to a place and you can kind of feel the energy, say in a room or a place that you go to, or even being around a certain person, and if you feel like your energy is being drained, or you feel tired, you feel fatigued, you feel weak, you feel, let's just say you go to a party and there's a bunch of people around and you went into the party feeling good and high vibing. And then as soon as you leave the party, you feel like the life has been sucked out of you. You know what I'm saying? So it may be a need for you to really kind of pay attention to how certain people make you feel, certain environments make you feel. And it's not to say that you have to just completely close and block yourself off, but being mindful that you're not, holding on to that energy, right? And you can, clear that energy with taking salt baths and showers and water is clearing, meditations, dancing, shaking off the energy. Use of sound can also be something that helps to remove that energy there as well. Okay, meditation. But yeah, it gives me this kind of feeling here that you, as your higher self, is helping you to kind of really level up and essentially becoming in alignment with your higher self, that you are someone who is healing. Maybe you have been a healer as well, in many past incarnations. And this is something that your higher self is wanting you to remember about yourself. And that may be, part of the reason why your higher self is really assisting you right now, as your relationship with one another is healing, is, being able to access lifetimes of information, knowledge, wisdom. Some of you may be very knowledgeable and just kind of know things, without feeling, or without, let's just say, studying or going to school for it. It's kind of like when you're tapped in, you receive those downloads of information directly from your higher self. And it's kind of like all of this information without even realizing, like, where did this come from? And it's because your higher self is speaking through you, right? You may even be someone who offers guidance to others. Maybe something about the way that you communicate with other people could be something that's very healing, right? Giving them advice, giving them guidance, counsel, mentoring people can also be something. So there are many ways in which, you are healing here, but that is just kind of what I'm getting. So let's go into asking Spirit, the tarot here. Okay. So what is your current relationship with your higher self? Right? And I would say, like, if any of you have questions, like, about, like, how can I improve this, or how can I make this better? Right now, the focus is you helping to dismantle the ego, going very deeply within your healing, right? Like I said, not just surface stuff, but like really delving in there, right? Getting in there deep and remembering, and illuminating things, I feel like, from the past, so that you're not taking any shortcuts. You're really doing the work. Because like I said, as you're healing, this is like your clue right here. As you heal your heart chakra, that crown chakra is just widening open here as well. I am seeing the number 7 here. So some of you could even be life path 7s, which is very, very spiritual as well. Okay, I'm also seeing 4 and 8. We've got a 35, so maybe even 3 and 5. We've got 2 and 8 over here as well. Okay, 2 and 7, another 7. And then this one I cannot see. I think that was 35. Yeah, so we've got 3s, 2s, 5s, 4. Okay. 4s. There's 4s here. 8s here. 2s. Okay, so let's see. And I feel like because you also have 22 here, some of you may see a lot of synchronistic numbers, right? And your higher self can be communicating with you that way too, right? Seeing 222s, because I'm seeing a lot of 2s here. 333s. We've got that, right? We've got 10, 10, and 10, but to me I'm seeing it as something that's happening 3 times. But yes, I'm seeing a lot of synchronicity that you're seeing here. So it's very beautiful energy. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 1. Okay, so we do have the 3 of Cups that is coming out. 3 of Cups. What is your current relationship with your higher self? And I like this because with this soul expansion here, remember, this is talking about you understand the connection between all things. Yourself, the people around you, the plants, the animals, the cosmos. You are seeing that, like I said, universal consciousness. We are all connected as one, right? And you have the 3 of Cups energy here. The 3 of Cups is a card of community. Okay? And look at how there's water down here. And look at this energy that's kind of circulating around their feet. They're kind of lifted up out of the water and kind of like in this beautiful circle with these cups that are floating here with stars on top of them. Okay, so to me, this is this connection that you have to others, you know, kind of like you seeing the light, the divinity in others as well as yourself. It is truly a beautiful, beautiful energy. Wow, I love this energy, pile 1. Okay, so let's see what else. We have the 3 of Swords. Look at that. The healing, pain, suffering, right? And it can even be that you are being supportive of others, healing others, others being supportive of you. Another 3 here. 3, 3. Let's see. So it makes me feel tied back into the Empress energy. Very nurturing. Okay, very, very nurturing energy. The relationship between you and your higher self. Let's see. The Tower, okay. So yes, for many of you with this Tower energy here, this is huge. For some of you, awakening, going through a spiritual awakening, having that crown chakra, you know, come open. There can be many epiphanies, realizations. The Tower energy is also about release, release, powerful change. Like I said, some of you are kind of like maybe even serving the collective with your healing abilities, or as you heal yourself, you heal the collective. Okay? Which is something, like I said, that your higher self, maybe, you know, you've done this before. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so that is an energy of lack. Lack. And this could be something, maybe for some of you, even abandonment that you're healing. Abandonment wounds. Okay. Releasing certain belief systems, right, that the ego may still be holding on to for you to be able to access higher timelines. And then we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. I love that, because to me it's like your higher self is also helping you by removing these belief systems that you might hold around scarcity. That as you work towards releasing this, you are opening yourself up to the flow of abundance, security, stability, okay? Which is truly, truly beautiful. And I'm seeing that you do have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. And so many of you, this is your higher self in a way, helping you to align with your destiny and to also clear, I feel like, look at that, with the Justice card right underneath that, to clear any karmic cycles. Okay, we have the Four of Swords energy here, which is also about rest, meditation, you know, stillness. Your higher self may also be wanting you to strengthen this connection. For those of you that feel like you want a stronger connection, you want to be able to hear your higher self more easily. Four of Swords, that is meditation. Okay, but yes, the Wheel of Fortune here, the Justice card, to me, that this is your higher self in a sense, helping you with, you know, your relationship being, we're clearing karma right now. We're clearing karma. We're removing ourselves from karmic cycles. You're following your destiny, okay? Many of you, it is in the direction of your North Node, what you're meant to achieve and accomplish within this lifetime, and this clearing is needed first, right? Closing out soul contracts with others, releasing contracts, and through that, being able to kind of open yourself up to unconditional love, right? Which is also helping you ultimately to access your higher self, right? Because your higher self is going to resonate at the energy of unconditional love, surrendering of the ego, which is beautiful. So a lot of powerful energy that is here for you. Pile number 1. I do hope that this reading was helpful for you. Like I said, this energy looks amazing. Beautiful, beautiful energy for you coming through. So keep doing whatever this is that you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. If you're wanting to just kind of, you know, maybe get more in tune, or feeling like you want to hear your higher self communicate with you a little better, meditate. Okay, meditate. Stillness, calmness of the mind. Work on your healing. Delve deep into it, right? Not just like trying to skip levels and, you know, trying to hurry up and race to the finish line. It's like really, we're doing the work here, right? Inner child healing, shadow work, clearing away any blockages that the ego might be holding on to. You know, the Kyanite was also talking about our connections with others, right? So maybe this can even be forgiveness, right? Of people from the past, things that could be, in a sense, kind of holding you back, blocking you in some way. Like if someone had said something to you in the past, done something to you, or you were holding maybe even guilt or shame, or, you know, heavy regret over something that you may have said or done to someone else. Remember, your access to that crown chakra, to your higher self, is through the heart. Okay? So continue on with the healing. Very beautiful. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here for you. Pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. So those of you that resonate with the Scorpion and the Druzy Agate Star, this is going to be a reading today. So these are all of your oracle cards that we have shuffled for you, and we're going to be pulling the tarot. I'm just going to put all the big cards at the top. What is that? Big cards at the top, and we'll put these smaller ones at the bottom. So let's start off. We've got card number 16, Conception. And it says, the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Okay. Let's see. We also have King Solomon, card number 29, with Legacy. We've got 16 with the Conception. We have card number 4, Endings for Beginnings. Let's put this one over here. Endings for Beginnings. And you have the Scorpion. We also have the Healing Temple, and it says restoration, cure, and also safety. Okay. So this makes me feel like your higher self is actually trying to protect you, I feel like, and remove you out of situations that are not really serving you. And it could be keeping I don't really want to say there's a disconnect, but I'm definitely feeling like because we do have conception, which is kind of basically taking things back to the beginning, a lot of undoing, a lot of transformation. You know, like your higher self right now trying to keep you safe, trying to give you like messages, downloads, warnings even, to try to help you to release negative situations, right? Trying to, in a way, taking it back to the beginning with conception for you to truly remember who you are. So it makes me feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect here. Okay, and that could just come from blocked crown chakra or even third eye energy, things that you need to clear and heal so that you can find restoration within the self. So let's see what else. We've got the Scorpion. We have Big Spite with card number 9. And King Solomon was 29. This is card number 1. We have Saint Germain, karma releasing. Okay. It says, move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. Okay. We have card number 13, and it says, feeling the world. Feeling the world. This makes me feel like you're holding on to stuff that could be creating blockages for you. Okay, so, and then we have card number 33 with the Mountain. And there's a guy here, a person, who's this kind of reminds me of like the Hermit energy. Like this person who's just kind of like up in a little cave by themselves, the Mountain. Okay. So yeah, it kind of makes me like, look at, we've got a forest down here. And this forest is very, very dark and thick in a sense. And then we have this huge mountain with this person right in the middle of it. So this does give me a lot of 10, we've got 13 there, 13 here, and you have the Scorpion. And the number 9 is the Hermit. And this to me is kind of like the Death card. This kind of gives me like the combination of the Death card and the Hermit. And this is the Death card number here as well. 16 is Tower energy. Releasing. Releasing. You've got number 11 here, which is the Justice card, which is the Karma. You've got the number 4, which is the Emperor, and the number 1, which is the Magician. So yeah, to me, this is kind of like what's happening here. Your higher self, and this is kind of where I'm seeing in your pile here, there's blockages, okay? But we're going to talk about those. When we pull the tarot, we'll also kind of see where Spirit is saying this energy is. But yes, it's kind of like, in a way, your higher self at this time is, the relationship is trying to help you to evolve and grow out of situations that are not in alignment, okay? I'm feeling, because we have karma releasing here, that it's helping you, because we have legacy with the, like I said, the number 11 reduced to 29 reduces to an 11, that it makes me feel like your higher self right now is trying to help you to clear karmic cycles, okay? And trying to keep you safe, I feel like, because we have restoration, cure, and safety. And then it says, move beyond the drama, create your own path, make room for good energy, okay? You have the 13 here, the Scorpio energy, Scorpion, which reminds me of the Death card, which is about transformation. And then you have the number 13 here too. So it makes me feel, because we also have this influence kind of, I'm going to pick this up. We also have the influence of the Death card. and the Hermit with number 9. Some of you may feel like you're kind of going through a dark night of the soul. You could feel a little bit lost right now. So it makes me feel like there is a little bit of a disconnect that you have with your higher self. Okay? And it may be that you feel a little lost. You're trying to, find your way. You're trying to find your path. So it's kind of like your higher self is trying to help you to kind of do a lot of undoing here with the karma releasing. And in order to create new beginnings with, which is releasing to me in a sense karma to help you, to take you back to kind of like brand new again, right? And that also ties in with your Scorpion here and all the transformative energy that we're seeing with this number 13, which is the Death card. So it's a lot of transformation that your higher self is assisting you with at this time, trying to keep you safe, trying to help you to release yourself out of karmic situations that are creating maybe repetitive patterns of behavior, situations that you find yourself in with other people, friendships, romantic relationships, situations that are not serving your highest good. Okay? And you may already know, what those things are, or who those people are within your life, or repeated patterns that you might notice. Like let's just say you're dating, and you keep dating the same person basically over and over and over again, or find yourself in the same situations energetically, right? We have endings for beginnings. So it's kind of like your higher self is trying to help you in a sense to create these endings so that you can create a new beginning, right? That number 16, like I said, ties into the Tower. And the Tower is really helping us to release anything that is not in alignment. That could be friends, relationships, jobs, situations, romantic partnerships, ways of thinking, okay? Anything that is not in alignment. And then also with the feeling the world here, it kind of makes me feel that there's a lot of, almost in a sense, a lot of heaviness, a lot of feeling overwhelmed, carrying a lot of burden. And it can even be that you are someone maybe energetically very sensitive. And it could be that, if you are someone who is an empath, I will say, or highly sensitive person, that you kind of feel the energy around you in a sense of even things that are kind of going on that have nothing to do with you, right? Like just kind of picking up on all the heaviness in the world, people all over the world that are being affected by, kind of like what we've been seeing within the news, right? Different things that are happening all over the world, tragedies, things of that nature, right? Us recently going through, not too long ago, the whole pandemic, just a lot of things. So feeling the world to me is kind of like, in a sense, carrying the bulk, carrying the weight, the burden, the heaviness that you could be feeling, especially if you're very sensitive, right? And you can just feel like this feels sad, picking up on collective energy, which is something, that I experience because I read tarot for people, every single day of my life, I read tarot for people. So I feel a lot of that energy, right? I can feel the grief. I can feel the pain. I can feel the sadness. I can feel, people suffering and things of that nature. And it's not that I, have to hold on to that, right? Because it's not my own, but sometimes we can feel that collective suffering in a sense. And so a lot of this is about you learning how to, I feel like, try to protect your energy, okay? Protect your own energy. And like I said, a lot of this may even be situations that you find yourself in where you're feeling a lot of the burden from something. So there's a lot of transformative energy here that is taking place. Like I said, with this energy, it kind of reminds me of the Hermit. And so for many of you, it could be that you are feeling a little bit, maybe some of you depressed, feeling sad, feeling, like you're trying to heal, you're trying to work on yourself. What else am I seeing here? What does your conception say? It says the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Right? So like I said, to me, this is kind of like a lot of undoing, a lot of transformation, a lot of removing a lot of heaviness and burdens and pains and things that you were kind of holding on to in a sense, to help you to transmute this energy into becoming the best possible, highest version of yourself. And so I do want to see what your little, what is this? Bixbite, number 9. Okay, so this says drive, courage, full speed ahead, and also spirited action. And it says there is a time to hesitate and a time to move forward with conviction, courage, and total determination. And that time is now. Big Spite Spirit has arrived to tell you to take a deep breath and move full speed ahead with forceful action on behalf of your own healing. Be fierce as you push through obstacles with laser focus, for nothing will stand in your way. You are meant to feel driven at this moment to break free of the chains binding you to unhealthy patterns. Advocate for yourself unapologetically and be unshakable in your belief that you are worthy of achieving your goal. The conscious universe, the force that propels you, is always there for you as your ally. Now is a time for fearless action. Sail on. Okay? And I'm just kind of, Spirit's bringing my attention here to the relationship message. It says, let go of anything that might impede you as you act on that inner conviction to bring love into your life by nourishing your relationships. There is time enough for to-do lists. Today is a day for connecting and reconnecting with those you care about and for reaching out to those you have said you want to get to know better. The universe is in love overdrive right now and wants you to stop focusing so much on the everyday tasks that can start to wear you down. Prioritize relationships, for they have the power to help you heal and to recognize that you have all you need right now to experience contentment and fulfillment. Okay? So yeah, that is a lot of what I'm seeing here, is being able to release karma, bring balance to it, make adjustments within the self. Like I said, for some of you, it could be feeling a little lost. Okay? A little lost, and that's okay. That's okay, because this is part of our journey, right? We have to honor that space that we're in, right? And allow this transformation to take place, okay? Even if we are working through some heavy energy, depression, stagnancy, anxiety, fear, it's all something that your higher self is trying to help you to find restoration within the self, okay? And I feel like once you start to really work and allow yourself to transform and allow yourself to release certain things in your life that you know are not in alignment for you, the more you will strengthen that bond and that connection with your higher self, okay? So I do want to read your little Scorpion message here from the Spirit Animal deck. So I'm going to look for the Scorpion. Let's see, there it is. Okay. So the Scorpion says, let go of anything holding you back to allow space for new transformations to occur. Scorpion energy is very intense and powerful medicine. So when this guide shows up, you can expect huge transformations to occur. Change is inevitable, so learn to accept the transitions are part of the natural order of life. The death and rebirth symbolism is brought to light during this time. Relax and let go of anything holding you back so you can allow space for these new transformations as they are taking place. Embrace the changes that are occurring and allow yourself the opportunity to expand into the next phase. Release all negative thoughts, patterns, and behaviors that no longer serve you. Allow yourself the opportunity to expand into new and unknown territory as you shed the old layers that were holding you back. The transformations you are experiencing may be sudden and intense, but they are meant to serve you. Okay? like I was kind of seeing with the number 16 here, the Tower. And sometimes when we go through Tower moments in our life, they can bring about a lot of change, a lot of turmoil, a lot of chaos, a lot of feeling like our world has been flipped upside down, right? We can lose jobs, we can lose friendships, we can lose romantic partners, partnerships, right? Go through breakups, divorces, so many different things that can create Tower energy within our life. But this is Spirit saying all of these things, you know, can be very challenging, but they are all ones that are really helping us on our soul's path. Okay, so like I said, looking at this little guy here in that little mountain, that to me looks very hermit energy, right? So it could be that right now you are in a space where you are trying to find your path. You know, you may feel a little bit disconnected from your higher self and trying to figure out, where is my higher self leading me? What is next on my path? What am I meant to do? Who am I meant to become? And you might have, you know, all of those questions, which is perfectly normal. Right? We all go through this place in life where we do feel lost, where we do feel disconnected from our higher self. But honoring this place, right, that we're going in and allowing ourselves to heal, this is Spirit saying here, allowing this transformation to take place is going to help you to release any of these karmic patterns of behaviors, cycles, so that you are also clearing. And I'm feeling, because we have legacy here with King Solomon, many of you could be healing not only your self, but also your family line, okay, with that as well. So let's look at your tarot now. Pile number 2. We're going to see what other messages Spirit has. Some of you may also want to look up working with the violet flame. Okay, working with the violet flame. What is pile number 2's current relationship with their higher self? We have the World. Okay, so the World is about endings. Okay, it is about endings, to allow for new beginnings. The World can also be completing cycles, right, that we have here. But the World energy can also help us through us completing cycles. It can also give us enlightenment, right? As you were able to release and remove yourself out of these and going through. I'm feeling a lot of transformation here, right? Lots of transformation. And with that, we gain insight, right? We gain awareness. We learn from these cycles that we've gone through, right? So it's kind of like, in a sense, your higher self is trying to help you, and maybe even force you in a way, energetically speaking, to release certain situations, to release certain patterns of behavior, to help you to gain that insight and enlightenment with that, okay? Because the World is about completion of cycles, with the karma releasing here. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Pile number 2. The Knight of Swords. Look how she's got a little moon right above her crown here. Let's see what else is here. And I'm seeing that even with the World card too, she's also got, kind of looks like, kind of like how the High Priestess's hat looks. Crown. I'm going to look at your other cards though, because I'm kind of getting a message with that, but I want to make sure that I'm right. I'm not going to say anything until, but I'm kind of thinking here. There's a moon here too. Okay, so what is pile 2's? I'm just dumping my cards everywhere. We have the 9 of Wands. Okay. So yes, look at this 9 of Wands. She is basically kind of dragging. She looks like she's very tired. Okay. She's holding a lantern, which is something that is very hermit energy like. And she looks like she's very tired because she's not even holding her wand up straight up anymore. It's kind of like she's just fatigued, tired. Okay. So with the Nine of Wands energy, this is basically when we've put forth a lot of energy, extended a lot of our energy. We may have gone through a lot, feeling very challenged. But this card also shows a lot of resilience. You know, you may be somebody who has gone through many different things. The 9 also connects back into the Hermit. So she looks like a hermit. She looks like a hermit holding her lantern here. So what I was kind of thinking when I was looking at both the Knight of Swords and the World is that there are moons right above their head. And although, yes, the crown with the moon, to me, it looks very high priestess. But the moon is also something that creates confusion and illusion. And that may be part of what Spirit is also trying to help you, or your higher self, in a sense, is trying to help you to heal, to remove, because those may be things that are creating a disconnect or even blockages that you might have with being able to access that wisdom and knowledge that your higher self is trying to bring to you. Okay? Although the Knight of Swords is an energy of confidence and action and decision making. So I want to look at this a little bit more. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Pile number 2. The Empress. The King of Wands. Ten of Cups. Okay. So yes, what I'm seeing here is kind of like your higher self trying to help you to, in a sense, not give up on yourself. Not give up on your healing. Trying to help you to learn to love the self, nurture the self, know your worth, know your value. Bring about more confidence within you. More clarity of thought, encouraging you in a sense to pursue your passions, your desires, your dreams, your goals, knowing that even though you are releasing a lot of things that are out of alignment for you, that with the Ten of Cups energy here, you are finding and will find happiness and fulfillment in that, contentment. And like I said, the Nine of Wands shows an energy of resilience, right? So even though we feel like I'm tired and I'm drained and I'm exhausted and I feel like I cannot go on any further, you know, that this is kind of in a way your higher self is encouraging you to become the best possible version of self. And that could be through ending and completing certain cycles in order to create new beginnings for yourself. Okay? So I do want to clarify a little bit of this energy. I want to see what this Knight of Swords energy is here, and also the World. Okay, so what is this World energy here? We have the Chariot. Okay. So you're making progress, okay? You're making progress. Making progress. And I'm seeing this little chariot here, which kind of looks like a little boat. And even in this little boat, we're kind of seeing this little person in here all bundled up with these little birds that are around here. Right? And with these little birds, I'm kind of looking at this as your higher self. In a way, your higher self there guiding you. Even though you feel like your higher self is not. Your higher self is right there with you. right? Maybe even trying to encourage you or give you the willpower, the determination to keep going, right? Because it may feel like the progress that you're making feels like nothing's happening. I can tell you that it is. It is. It is happening. Even though you may not realize it, even though it may not feel like it, because you still may feel like why do I keep going through these same cycles over and over and over again? Like, when is this going to change? Right? Let's see here. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Yeah, we've got Seven of Wands. Yes, this is looking at the two of them, looking at their kind of like their body language here. Look at how they're kind of going against each other with their wands. This almost makes me feel like some of you have, like I said earlier, challenges, struggles with maybe trusting yourself, trusting your higher self in a sense, or even like, it could even be like, is this my higher self talking to me? Is this my higher self leading me? It's like your higher self is trying to get you to like stand up for yourself and to persevere even in the face of adversity and challenge. It's like your higher self is really challenging you at this time, right? To make decisions, to take action, to change your story even. You know, especially if you find yourself in some karmic situations or needing for releasing certain karmic patterns of behavior, ways of thinking, like I said. You know, ultimately setting you along your path. Okay? Like, you deserve happiness. You deserve fulfillment here. Why is this Nine of Wands here? The Lovers. The Lovers. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing this because the Lover's energy, and again, we've got another moon here. So to me, it's kind of like, I look at this as your higher self, and here's you, right? So it's like you may not even recognize that your higher self is there, right there with you, not leaving your side, right? Even though you might feel like you're alone. You're alone. That is maybe what you feel. I'm alone. I feel lonely. I feel disconnected. I feel lost. And your higher self's like, right here. I'm right here. No? Yeah. But yes, I'm seeing this as all of this powerful transformation is helping you to reclaim your power. Reclaim your confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth. Learning how to stand up for yourself. Learning how to find your voice. Learning how to recognize when certain people, situations, things are no longer in alignment, and that you can actively make the choice and have the strength to let those things go. To have the willpower within yourself to feeling that you deserve more, you deserve better, you deserve abundance, you deserve unconditional love, you deserve happiness and fulfillment. And it is something that your higher self is trying to lead you towards. Okay? Trying to lead you towards. But yes, I'm definitely feeling your higher self is right there with you. Even though you may feel I'm alone, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm doing, your higher self is right there for you. And I would say for those of you that are saying like, you know, how can I be more in tune, right? How can I hear my higher self? How can I improve this relationship to my higher self? Then I would say work, first off, take some time, right? And that may be already kind of what you're doing here with the Hermit energy. Allow yourself to honor that space, right? Because in that Hermit energy, we are really delving deep into introspection and reflection into the self, right? We're not looking outside the self for answers. We're looking within. Those answers are within the self. right? Our higher self knows, our soul knows what it's meant to do, right? But it is about us allowing ourselves to find that stillness, the calm, the quiet enough to allow the cognitive mind to rest. And so the intuitive mind can kind of take over and be able to access that wisdom and that knowledge from your higher self. So meditation may be something that is very helpful for some of you, right? Rest. But let's ask Spirit here, what can you do to improve your connection to your higher self, pile 2? So I'm feeling like you guys need it. Let's see. What can pile number 2 do to increase or strengthen their connection to their higher self? 10 of Swords. This is healing. Okay, healing. Healing. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I'm feeling that this is, in a way, the 6 of Pentacles is a reciprocal energy, right? So this is basically, as you work towards healing, this is going to be something that helping you here to receive back in a sense, right? Because there's a lot of transformation that is taking place here for you, okay? Not only is the 10 of Swords healing, but it can also be releasing a lot of the feelings, not really feelings, thoughts that maybe for some of you, if you're overthinkers, very anxious, overanalyzing, overthinking, feeling mentally drained, exhausted, rest. Okay. I'm also seeing the Emperor energy here as well. And the Emperor is about keeping yourself disciplined. Okay. So maybe you are making it a point, making it a priority to heal, right? Making it a priority to heal. What can pile number 2 do to strengthen their connection to their higher self? The 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Now the 3 of Pentacles is about networking or connecting with others. And look at how she's holding her hands over her heart. So the 3 of Pentacles, being that it is a card of community, this can be that you are connecting with others that are like-minded, people that making new friendships, being open to new connections, people that are supportive. Okay. So to me, this is maybe you make new, I'm going to say go out and make new friends because it's not always easy to do, right? It's not like we can just snap our fingers and go try to be friends with people. We have to build those connections. But because the 3 of Pentacles is about networking and support and community, this can be you working, right? Keeping your mind open to connecting with others, right? Maybe that is you picking up a skill or a hobby or a talent or something. Maybe you're someone who likes to draw or paint and you take an art class and you meet people in that class, or you go, like if your healing and your ascension is really something that's important to you, that you take part in maybe activities within the spiritual community, right? Facebook groups, Instagram, YouTube, right? Interact with the community on YouTube, right? There's a lot of people that go down into the comments. And you can make friends that way as well, right? I have done the same thing where I have watched other people's channels, other people's content, joined other people's live streams in the past and have made some really beautiful friendships that way with the spiritual community, and have gotten introduced to one person and another person and another person. So it's definitely possible for you to make friends, but it's about you being open, right, to that. And even with this card here with the 10 of Cups, we're seeing, 4 women that are dancing around in a beautiful little circle together, right? So community, I feel like, is something that's, important here, connecting. But also looking at the way that she's kind of connected into her heart space, that can be you being open to receive those messages from your higher self, right? allowing your higher self into your heart space. And maybe that is from some type of, communicating with your higher self out loud, right? In private, if you feel more comfortable that way, and just kind of holding on to your heart space, closing your eyes and speaking to your higher self, right? And that's kind of what she looks like she's doing there. A little meditation, a little prayer, a little just kind of opening up her mind to receiving those messages, right? So that can be something that you guys do too. But yeah, the Emperor is about discipline. It's about us staying focused, right? Taking action, right? On the healing, putting in the work with the Six of Pentacles energy. And it is something that's going to be returned to us, right? In a sense, your higher self giving you access to the information that you need to create the changes within yourself. It's going to help you, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for you, pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the lemur and the selenite palm stone, this is going to be a reading today. So we are asking Spirit today, what is your current relationship with your higher self? So I pulled all of the oracle cards. So we're going to look at these first. And then we are going to pull your tarot last. And I'm going to put the big cards on the top so we have more room. Let's see. We have card number 12 with Into Freedom. We have card number 20, Carl Jung, with the Collective Unconscious. And then we have card number 2, the Path of the Gods, and it says Decisions, Meetings, and Future Plans. Okay. And then we have card number 3, the Solar Plexus Chakra, and it says the frequency of the Solar Plexus Chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Okay. Let's see. What else do you have? There's your lemur. We have card number 19, Dalmatian Stone. And it looks like there's a little baby angel in there. A little face. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's looks like a little baby angel face in there. Let's see. Okay, so we also have Lady Nada with Heart Awakening. And it says, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. We have card number 3 with the Time Machine. Did you have another 3? You did. With the solar plexus. And then you have card number 17, the Lover. Okay. So what is your current relationship with your higher self? Okay. So I will say that it does look like, and I feel like I am seeing some blockages here, okay? And I feel like looking at your time machine, which this card here is talking about us needing to let go of things from the past. It could be that we're keeping ourselves stuck in a sense of things that we've gone through in certain situations. This card can also talk about inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons that have already been learned, and also us honoring the past without being trapped there, without being stuck, okay? Because you also have card number 12 with Into Freedom, and the number 12 is the Hanged Man within the tarot. So this is that your higher self at this point is trying to help you to, I feel like, definitely strengthen the connection that you have to your higher self, but there could be some blockages here. Because into freedom, by you changing and shifting your perspective, that could be something that gives you the openness and the receptivity to connecting in more with your higher self. Okay? Connecting more in with your higher self. I'm noticing that you also have heart awakening here, and it says awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance with a heart awakening. So it could be that your higher self is trying to help you to remove any heart chakra blockages, and maybe for some of you it is tied to things from the past, and to be able to help you to heal from those so that you are able to free yourself, to really elevate. Because even if you notice in this, if we can look at this a little closer, in this Into Freedom card, by you releasing the things from the past that are maybe blocking you, or even like this is saying inherited patterns of behavior, look at how her chakras are coming into alignment here, right? And so for many of you, I'm seeing how we have this person here with this energy that's radiating through their chakras. But if you look closely, there's a heart here, right? There's a heart. And so it could be that maybe your biggest blockages are within the heart chakra. Okay? And that could be the key to removing any blockages that you might have within your crown chakra or your third eye. Because those upper chakras, the third eye and the crown chakra, give us the ability to connect in with our higher self, with our spirit guides, with our ancestors. So I'm feeling that there is definitely a key here for you, that your healing and your ascension and aligning with the energy that your higher self is, essentially trying to bring to you, give to you through these activations, that the key here for you is going to be to unlocking that access and, strengthening the energy here with your higher self is through your heart. Okay, it is through the heart chakra. And what else do you have? You have the Lover here. And the Lover is also, literally about love and about us being open to love and receiving love. And so some of you may have blocked heart chakras. Okay, blocked heart chakras here. And then you also have solar plexus, which is coming through strong. So maybe some of the things you have gone through in your past, maybe even some conditioning that you had. Like I said, for some of you, I'm seeing there's a baby in here or a child. So maybe for some of you, that conditioning can be something that goes back to childhood, that your higher self is trying to help you to release here. Okay. Some of you, it may even be the loss of a child. Okay, but I'm definitely getting it could be inner childhood wounds. But yes, definitely this is holding on to past. Okay, keeping ourselves kind of stuck or trapped in this energy. The solar plexus here, talking about your personal power, your willpower, your sense of self, and knowing who you are and what your contribution is, right? Your collective, let's just say purpose, is something that your higher self is trying to help you to find. And maybe that is through healing any heart chakra blockages that are here, and also helping you to strengthen your solar plexus, okay? Which is right at the center of your belly, okay? And then with the Lover energy here, like I said, this is about our openness and receptivity to love, okay? So like I said, some of you, certain things that you may have gone through in your past may have affected your ability to be completely open or trusting, right, of love. Some of you may have been overgivers, right, with giving love to people, or really opening your heart up and finding that people have hurt you. you know, have made you feel very disappointed or sad or depressed or going through grief or loss, and have been through some maybe very challenging situations. I am noticing the number threes here, and I've been seeing this come through like almost all the piles. I'm seeing we have 3, 3, and then the number 12 reduces also to a 3. So you've got 3, 3, 3 here. You have the number 17, which is also the star energy. So surrounding this energy of the lover, right, is a lot of love, a lot of healing, a lot of nurturing, but it's also us opening up to experiencing joy and happiness in our life, right? Allowing ourselves to feel our feelings and our emotions and feel love and be loved and, you know, welcome that energy in. So there's definitely your higher self trying to help you in a sense to, you know, go through this heart chakra awakening, right? Which is, of course, uncovering and bringing things to the surface that you're needing to work on healing so that you can move into a place of freedom, right? Your soul, in a sense, being free from the restrictions that the past maybe kind of has over you, okay? Memories and things we're not able to move on from, okay? What else am I seeing here? You have the path of the gods. And I'm noticing when I looked in this card, it looks like there's two angels that are here. Almost like they're joining hands here. So some of you may even have like, I don't know, it makes me feel like maybe even like passed on loved ones. Your higher self even in connection with passed on loved ones for you. You know, trying to work together, I feel like, to bring about a sense of more peace, happiness, and fulfillment in for your life. It's like your spirit team is like coming together, not just your higher self, but your entire spirit team kind of coming together. And we have decisions, meetings, and future plans. Some of you may even have dreams in which you connect to your higher self. It may even be something that you do during meditation or through the dream state, in which you and your higher self talk and communicate with each other. But it almost makes me feel like it's something that happens within the 5D, which 3D you might not have an awareness of. Like you might feel a little bit of a disconnect in the 3D from your higher self. But this makes me feel like you have this connection, this spiritual connection to your higher self. And you may kind of visit, I would say, like especially those of you that astral travel, you know, and do a lot of dreaming, right? A lot of lucid dreaming. That your higher self, in a sense, kind of like you guys get together and talk about things and discuss things. We've got decisions, meetings, and future plans, right? So it makes me feel like you have this access to connecting with your higher self that you may not realize you're actually doing. You know, it may be not trusting yourself or not. That's what I feel like a lot of it is. Not trusting yourself, not trusting your intuition, your wisdom, your, you know, the knowledge that you hold within the self. And I feel like helping you, in a sense, to remove these heart chakra blockages so that you move into a space of freedom, right? Of that. Anything that is kind of restricting, in a sense, and holding you back. And then I do want to look at your little Dalmatian stone here to see what this is talking about. What is that? Card number 19. And card number 19 is the Sun card, which is about happiness and joy. And I'm feeling like ultimately that is what your higher self is trying to assist you with, is finding happiness and letting love in, letting love enter, right? Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Okay, let's see, 19. Okay, so we have playfulness. Oh, okay. It says childlike joy and enthusiasm. That's why there's a little baby in here. playfulness, childlike joy, and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, laughter. And it says, watch children playing and you are watching them learn. Serious though life may seem at times, Dalmatian Stone Spirit is calling to you to embrace the absurdity of this world, to laugh and find humor in the everyday experiences that might otherwise frustrate you. All of us are here to learn, and laughter makes the lesson easier, and sometimes it even makes it stick a little better. For it can help you write a funny story to tell again and again. Remember that time? Boy, did I learn a lesson. Now is a good moment to crack a joke, to break the tension, and remind yourself that alongside trouble and hardships dances the spirit of playfulness. This is not the time for trudging or marching, but for skipping. Sing a song, make a goofy face, and recognize that the conscious universe throws you off course at times to remind you that surprises can be gifts from the invisible realms. Dalmatian Stone Spirit is calling you to lighten up and open yourself to playing with the possibilities. Who knows what you will discover as you join in on the fun. The conscious universe is not here to trick you, but to help you, for you are deeply loved. Okay? So like I said, some of you, like I was seeing the little baby face here, it could be maybe you are healing some things from your past, from your childhood, or some of you may have even lost, like I said, lost someone that you were still healing from there. But yes, your Lover card is also talking about you being open to allowing love in, right? And taking a moment's pause to actually allow yourself to experience joy and happiness, right? Where you do feel like you are in alignment. And I want to look at your little lemur energy here to see what message your lemur has for you. And let's see here. Okay, so this one is also talking about humor as well. It says, keep a sense of humor as you navigate through the adventures of life's ups and downs. Lemurs are wise, and yet they possess an incredible sense of humor that allows them to not take life too seriously. They are playful and full of adventure. Make sure that you are not becoming too serious as you progress throughout your own life. Make more time for silliness, laughter, and spontaneity. Let go of control and learn to go with the flow, and this will allow you to navigate the ups and downs with a smile on your face. When you realize that all experiences, good and bad, are meant to strengthen you, it will help you to appreciate the bumps along the way. Everything is a lesson meant to sharpen your souls and provide us with growth and wisdom. Lemur is an excellent advisor when it comes to dealing with the black and white of life and learning to find balance in between. Above all, make sure you enjoy the journey and have fun. Okay, so you have multiple cards here, the Dalmatian Stone, the Lemur, and also the Lover, about a need for you to kind of just take that moment's pause and to really open yourself up to letting love in, trusting it. Healing is another thing that I'm also seeing here as well. Okay. And then you also have Carl Jung. Okay. Card number 20, which is 20 is the Judgment card. Okay. So first off, with the meaning of judgment is about us being able to release and let go of our past, of our pains, of our heaviness, of the burden and things that we are carrying. Okay. Things that we need to forgive, maybe forgiving another person, forgiving ourselves. What else are we seeing here? The threes connect into the Empress, okay, which is a lot of the feminine energy. So some of you could be working on healing the feminine wounds, inherited patterns. Like I said, for some of you, it could be something that's going back to childhood. Some of you can be healing the mother wound, okay, healing the mother wound. Maybe something that's here, learning to nurture yourself, learning to love yourself, learning your worth, learning your value, being more confident in yourself, right? Maybe even boosting up the self-esteem, doing a lot of work with discovering who you are as a person, right? The real you without the conditioning, right? Without the name, without the what you do for a living, without the anything else that has been, let's just say, that you could associate yourself with, the traumas, let's just say, the traumas, the things from the past. Who are you without that? Right? That is what you're kind of like discovering here. Who are you at your core without the conditioning, without the beliefs, without the, self-limiting beliefs, without the pains, without the burdens. This is what you're discovering here. And this is what your higher self is trying to help you, assist you with. Okay? And then you also have the number 2 here, which is the high priestess. Okay? And that high priestess is our subconscious. It is our connection to our higher self. Okay? So like I said, I feel like some of you are tuned in, but you may not have, because of everything that's kind of happening here within the 3D, it almost makes me feel like you have no awareness of it. That you're not realizing that you could be connecting in with your higher self, but you doubt yourself, right? You doubt yourself. You lack maybe, say, the confidence, or the heart chakra blockages could even be something that are blocking, say, the information that your higher self is trying to send to you, okay? So this message here with Carl Jung, the collective unconscious, the oracle meaning for this, there's talking about emotional, spiritual, and also conscious. So we're going to kind of go over the messages with those. So emotionally, it says he awakens passion for life and influences the inner self towards greater openness and lands of new discovery. He dissolves rooted pain and assists in letting go of the past and its hold onto the soul. Okay? And that is what your higher self, in a sense, is trying to help you to release, is the past. Okay? So that's happening on an emotional level. Also notice there's a clock here and there's a clock behind him, one that he's got kind of like coming out of his pocket. And notice how this one, I'm just going to screw everything up. Notice how this one is kind of like flying out of his pocket. Or not out of his pocket, out of his jacket. Okay? So to me, it's kind of like being stuck, in a sense, in time. Like there's something here that your higher self is trying to help you to release, so that you can create and shift into, a reality that you are truly meant to flourish in, right? Without keeping yourself stuck in past. But there is change and transformation and evolution to happen for you. So on a spiritual level, it says, this is awakening the telepathic ability and reveals other dormant abilities that are hidden within you. Changing your vibrational energy, cleansing the aura of toxic buildup and stagnant flow. Attunes one to the soul's purpose and activates the third eye, crown, and the soul star chakra. Okay, so that is a lot of work to really help you. It's like your higher self is trying to help you to clear these blockages so that you are more in tune, more in alignment, so that you don't just have this connection to your higher self like only when you dream and only when you meditate, but you have that access all the time, right? When you're waking, when you are, going about life, when you're going through these things, that you have that connection to your higher self all the time, right? Not just in the dream state or not just when you're meditating, but that you have access to that wisdom and knowledge always, and you feel more confident in yourself to be able to trust the guidance that you're receiving, okay? And then we have consciously is activating the interpretational ability and shines direct light onto aspects of ourselves in need of embrace and healing, guiding you to look beyond the form and interpret the symbols. The collective unconscious of the cosmos is attempting to show your mind clues and solutions to your present situations and remind you that even your shadow aspects have a reason and being, and they must be embraced before healing of any kind can occur. Okay, so this is also talking about your higher self trying to help you to heal your shadow self. Okay, and the shadow self could be something that's also blocking you, right? With the shadow being the ego, blocking you from being able to have that connection strongly, right? With your higher self. Okay, so let's look at your tarot that's coming through for you. Pile number 3, what is your current relationship with your higher self? What is your current relationship with your higher self? Pile 3. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the King of Pentacles. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Ten of Swords. Current relationship with your higher self. We also have the Three of Wands. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so that is where we're seeing the blockage here. Okay, which makes me feel, because the King of Swords being air sign energy, the air sign or the swords energy is about the mind, okay? And this is coming in reverse. And then we have the King of Pentacles. And remember how I was saying earlier, I kind of feel like you may have difficulties with connecting to your higher self within the 3D. And it may only be something that is happening maybe in the dream state or 5D, but you have no recollection, almost because there may be so many blockages that are happening here for you in the 3D that there is that disconnect. Because looking at the King of Pentacles, this is material world. This is 3D. Okay, that is 3D. And I would look at this King of Swords, because the King of Swords, when he's in the upright, he is a symbol of higher consciousness. He is a master of his mind, his intellect, right? So if you're coming in the reverse with this makes me feel like Spirit's saying there is a blockage. Okay, so we're gonna ask Spirit how we can work on releasing this. But I am seeing that a lot of healing is needing here, right? Or is needed, I would say, because there's a lot of these cards here that are talking about your past and about the past or conditioning or, you know, beliefs that you hold could be something that are blocking you. And so we're seeing that here. This is 3D. This is the connection to source, to the divine. And this is coming in reverse, which is telling me here that there is clouded judgment or blocked maybe communication with your higher self. Okay? And it could be because you do have the Ten of Swords here. This is a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, things that you could be healing from. The Ten of Swords is also feeling mentally drained and exhausted, which means that you could be someone who has a tendency to overthinking, overanalyzing, and just kind of keeping yourself stuck in a mental prison of just going and thinking of so many things. And when that is happening, we're not relaxed enough. It's kind of like the cognitive mind is so busy that the right brain, the intuitive brain is kind of like shut out, right? It's completely shut out because the cognitive mind, left brain, is taking over, right? With the thinking. It's like we're just, it's a kind of like you shut it off, right? You shut off the intuition, and we're just in our head, in our ego, right? But that, yes, that is clouded energy there. So let's get one more card. What is your current relationship to your higher self? Okay, so we have the Two of Wands.
Two of Wands. Which to me, this Two of Wands energy here is about planning. It could be about you being kind of like at a crossroads in your life, or even having decisions to make, choices to make, right? And up here, we have decisions, meetings, and future plans. So it can even be that right now your higher self is trying to, the relationship that you have right now is like your higher self is trying to help you to get to that next phase, that next chapter. But you could be, right? Kind of like overdoing it with thinking overload, right? Mentally draining yourself and becoming exhausted where you feel like I can't even trust my own intuition anymore, right? Or feeling like in a way just very stuck with that Two of Wands, stagnant. We have Temperance here. Okay, so this is healing. Healing. I wonder if we're going to be able to fit this in here. Hopefully. Okay. And the Three of Wands energy is about anticipation, waiting for something. And I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune being here, this is where like fate and destiny trying to lead you to where you're meant to be. There could even be something around safety, security, commitments, jobs, careers, relationships. Some of you can even be kind of like right on the fence of ending a relationship, ending a commitment, ending a job, letting go of a job, making some type of change or transition here. And you're feeling stuck with the decision. It's like there's no action being taken here with that King of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands at the bottom. This is conflict. Almost like you're fighting in a way. Resistance. Fighting your higher self is kind of what this is giving to me. Like fighting the downloads or the messages from your higher self that your higher self's trying to give to you. And it's kind of like trying to get through to you to help you and assist you, to try to help you to heal so that we can clear these blockages that are here to help you get kind of like a tune-up, right? Like a little tune-up. To kind of open that pathway. Like I said, that King of Swords, when he's in the upright, it is higher consciousness, transformation. But I feel like Spirit's saying here, there's resistance. So maybe having some difficulties right now with tuning in or tapping into your higher self. And a lot of this, like I said, helping with this is going to help you to heal, right? Things from the past, addressing them, doing the work, right? Doing the inner work. The Temperance card is about the transmutation of energy. Okay? Transmutation of energy. It's also about patience and healing, bringing yourself into balance or even your life into balance, finding more balance within your life. Okay? So what do I want to do? I want to ask Spirit here, how can you strengthen... First off, let's see why this King of Swords is in reverse. And then we'll ask Spirit here, how can you strengthen your connection, your relationship with your higher self? Why is the King of Swords in reverse? The Strength card. The ego is in the way. The ego is kind of taking over here. Okay. Why is the King of Swords in reverse? It can also be a lack of confidence. We've got the Hangman in reverse. So, what this is telling me with the Hangman in reverse, this is for some of you, and this isn't for all of you, but the Hangman in reverse is an unwillingness to change. Okay? An unwillingness to change. This can also be when we are keeping ourselves closed off to other perspectives, to seeing different perspectives in the way in which we look at life. Okay? The Hangman can also bring in stagnancy in our life. It keeps us kind of in a place where we're kind of like stuck in limbo. And it's a suspended state, right? A suspended state. So it's kind of like we're not progressing. There may also be things for you to let go of. And it can either be that you're having difficulty with letting them go, or it can be that there is a lack of that openness to changing our perspective, maybe say about the past. Okay? Like, let's just say if you are someone who, when you've gone through some really painful things in your past, that you hold on to that energy, you know, and kind of feel like, because, and this could be with conditioning here, okay? Conditioning, beliefs, self-limiting beliefs, that holding on to what's happened to you in the past, or, you know, kind of feeling my life is never going to improve. I'm always going to be this way, or it's always going to stay this way, right? So like I said, that could be an unwillingness to change for some of you, right? An unwillingness to take decisive action, or to not keep yourself in a place of stagnancy because of a lack of confidence that you have in your own decisions. Okay? That's kind of what I'm seeing there. So let's get one more. Why is this King of Swords in reverse? We have Death and the Tower. Okay, so yes. The Death card is transformation, endings. The Tower energy is also a need for release. Okay, a need for release here. Let's see what it is. Why is the Tower energy here? The Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a beautiful energy. So this makes me feel because you have heart awakening here, and the Knight of Cups cup is open, ready to receive healing, love, opportunities. So maybe the things here that you're needing to release are the things that are revolving around the heart chakra, okay, that are creating blockages here. And even the swords, I had to cover it up a little bit, but these swords are piercing right through his heart. That is pain. Okay, that is pain. Okay, so let's ask Spirit here, what can you do? And I'm going to grab another tarot deck. What can you do to strengthen this connection, your relationship with your higher self? How can you deepen the relationship with your higher self? And you have the Death card, which is about endings, right? Bringing things to an end that do not serve. Ways of thinking, certain conditioning that you've had, maybe for some of you since childhood, right? Certain beliefs that are not serving you. What can pile number 3 do to strengthen the relationship with their higher self? What can pile 3 do to strengthen the relationship with their higher self? The 5 of Swords. Okay. The 5 of Swords can be very challenging thoughts, ideas, words that have even been communicated to us by other people, or even a lot of negative self-talk. The 5 of Swords is a card of conflict and a feeling of defeat. This can take on self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay? So maybe for you to strengthen that connection, there's a need for you maybe to say be a little bit more mindful and aware of when you are thinking this way. Okay? Of course, it's not going to be something that changes overnight. It does take discipline. It does take work, right? Redirecting, in a sense, your thought, or even finding what is the root issue of where these come from. For some of you, it is tied into the past, right? Maybe even through childhood, right? Let's see what else. What can pile 3 do to deepen and strengthen their relationship with their higher self? King of Wands just fell on the floor. Let's see. So with that King of Wands, to me, it is working and focusing on, I'm going to get it, working on focusing on your confidence, your self-esteem, right? That solar plexus, the King of Wands. Okay? Healing the solar plexus. Building up your self-esteem, your confidence, your power, reclaiming your power, taking the lead. The Three of Cups energy can also be you surrounding yourself with people who are loving, who are supportive. This can be groups of friends. It could be siblings. It could be co-workers if you have that type of relationship, right? This is you having fun, allowing yourself to have fun, experiencing joy, right, in your life. Let's see what else. How can pile number 3 strengthen, deepen the connection with their higher self? The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is literally about you letting go and walking away from anything. And it doesn't just have to be a person or a situation or a job, but this is a letting go of anything that is not in alignment with you. And that includes maybe the past, ways of thinking, ways of doing things, old patterns of behavior, anything that no longer serves you. The Eight of Cups is about us setting out on a journey of discovering the self. It leads into the energy of the Hermit. Okay? Which is about introspection, reflection, doing the inner work, doing the healing, doing the shadow work, doing the inner child healing. How can you strengthen the connection? This isn't, leading into an energy of solitude, right? And I'm not saying that if you're in a relationship that you need to get divorced or you need to, leave the person. I'm saying take time for you. Okay? If that means that you take an hour for yourself to just go into another room in the house and just relax, just meditate, journal, do a check-in with self. How am I feeling today? Am I feeling low on energy? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling frustrated? Am I feeling upset? Honor those feelings, right? How can you strengthen your connection with your higher self? The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving on, okay? Moving away from people, situations, ways of thinking. Most definitely that Five of Swords, okay? Check in your environment as well, right? Are the connections that you have supportive? Are they supporting you, right? Six of Swords is about us transitioning past something, moving from either a person, a situation, or even a way of thinking, okay? And then you have the Magician here. And to me, that is about you reclaiming your power, believing in yourself, right? Working on your willpower, right? Which is coming from you building up your self-esteem, your confidence in yourself, right? Little by little. Of course, it's not going to be, doing something super crazy right off the bat. I mean, you could just like throw yourself right into it and say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump into that. But the Magician energy is also our connection to the divine. Okay. So maybe for some of you, it is recognizing that you are the co-creator of your life, right? You are the manifester. You are in control here of what you experience, right? What you choose to keep yourself in, right? What you choose to be a part of, in terms of like friendships and family situations, and like if there's drama or, conflict, or you're staying in a toxic work environment or a toxic relationship or ongoing family type of situation that is just, maybe something that you need to get yourself out of, right? You have the power to change things here. And I feel like a lot of that with the solar plexus, by you working on your confidence, right? And that can come from affirmations that you say and you work on every single day, giving that time for you, okay? Working on the self-esteem. It could even come from you exploring your creativity, right? Allowing yourself to be creative, to allow those ideas and that inspiration and the energy to just kind of flow through you, right? Because that's what's happening in the magician energy, as we are pulling things from the unmanifest and making them manifest with the messages that we do receive from our higher self, from our spirit team. So allowing yourself and maybe just jumping right into creativity and allowing that energy to just kind of flow through you, right? It can also come from you, working towards balancing out your own feelings, your own emotions, kind of what I'm seeing here as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 3. I do hope that this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.